Ooh. So today we have a product review for you. This is Deerfamy. This is a weed puller. Full disclosure, they gave it to us to try out. So I'm going to try it out because we have other weed pulling methods, but this is kind of unique. So I wanted to try out this product for some kind of stubborn weeds. So let's get it opened up. So I mentioned that we have some other weed pulling methods. We really like using a loop hoe or a hoop hoe. I've heard it called both things, or a stirrup hoe. Heard it called a hula hoe. I'll put a picture of it here. That has like a little stirrup essentially on it. And that works really well when the area is already tilled. And then this year we have wheel hoes that we're going to be using. And I'm really excited for those. One is an old wheel hoe that we converted and put a Haas stirrup hoe part on it. But that's just a different application than this. So here's this weed puller. When we open it up, this is what we're seeing. Okay, so we have two little end caps. We have some instructions, some hardware and tools. Oh, this looks a little bit different than what I was expecting. Ooh, okay, cool. So, look at that. All right, so need the knife again. Put it away too soon. Okay, they're both off. I'll pop open these instructions right here. Let's see what they say. So, on the handle part, you rotate this, and this part comes out, making it longer. So after you pull this out, you have to then lock it so it can't go back in. Okay, and then it says to put this into here. Okay, so now we have all our mounting holes lined up. And I recall we had hardware. So let's get this hardware in here. Don't drop any pieces into the deck. We are on to putting the screws together, so you have to make sure you have this sleeve down so you can put the screws in the correct part there. So we put the screw in there. I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to use the hex wrenches, Allen wrenches, to get it tightened up. And there's two sets, and they only fit one of each screw, so you have to make sure you get it in the right one. Okay, there we go. Nice and tight. To the other side. So I mentioned I saw a different one of these Deerfamy weed pullers online and on their Amazon store. And that one is made a lot different. It doesn't have any of these plastic parts from what I could see. So I'm curious to see how this performs, this one right here. Okay, let me make sure it's tight. We are good and tight. The point of this little handle here is if you're taller, you can use it up there, but I probably would want it kind of shorter, like that. So, and then you twist it and lock it into place. So now it's kind of my height. So it comes packaged like this. So you open this part up. I'm not really sure how this works. So you put that on the weed, step down. That was kind of cool. Let's see, how'd it do? I'd say that did pretty good. Okay, let's try another one. We put it down, step down, yank it up. Ooh, look at that! Another weed. I didn't have to bend over and get that. That was nice. Okay, I got a really good weed over here I've been eyeing up. Let's go get it. So I foresee using this type of a tool in the evening when we're walking around, just looking at stuff, going to the various gardens, and I just kind of want to stand up and get a couple weeds as I'm doing that. So let's find, where's that really bad thorny weed? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. See this? This is one of those weeds that you wouldn't want to just pull out with your hand. It is all thorny. It's called Russian thistle, I believe. And we're going to try it on this because I don't want to pick that one up. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. I didn't have to touch it. That was pretty nice. What do you think, John? Are you impressed? He's shaking his head yes. Okay. Get out of there, you. I don't want to touch you. This part right here, see that come out? That is to release the weed and push it off. Okay, I have a couple more weeds over here. I really wanted to use this Deerfamy weed puller tool. And since we're out on a walk, why don't we go look at some of the garden spaces in just a minute. A minute ago, I didn't have the handle quite locked, so now it is good. It's not going anywhere. Just figuring out how to use this. So, by the way, look how beautiful this is. I'm so excited that we inherited this particular plant with the house. Anyways, bunch of dandelions. Dandelions are a common weed. Wanted to try it on some dandelions. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That makes me excited. Okay, so use this guy to push it off. There it goes. That's amazing. You know, you could eat parts of this.
Can I try one?
You want to try it once? Okay. So here. Put it on the top. Push right here. Step. Push it in. And then bring it back. You did it. You got a big one. Wow. Okay, so where's a dandelion? Let's do this tiny dandelion. Let's see. Got it right out. Root and all. Do a couple more so you can see. So the reason I'm excited about this is because weeds like this that I'm getting, these will not be very well fully pulled out with the wheel hoe or the loop hoe, hoop hoe, whatever you want to call it. They just won't. And this is pulling out all of those roots. And it's doing a really good job. It's my first time using it, obviously. You've seen my errors in figuring out the tool. But it's doing a really good job. Let's go find a couple more weeds. Ooh.
Big guy.
Big guy.
I can pull out.
I don't want you to pull it out. I want the tool to pull it out. Hang on.
Got it?
She got it. It's a big one. Okay, we are failing on these weeds. Not doing it. The ground over here isn't wet either, though. That might be another difference. I mean, it took me 3 tries, but I did get it on that one. I didn't have to bend over, so that is a positive. But going out after a nice rain, these would probably pop right out. Look at that mess. Nice. Okay, we're going to try some bindweed. It is a weed that we also inherited with this house. That is not a good weed. So, here's some bindweed. Let's try it. Bindweed, it breaks apart when you pull it out. Oh, well, got a little bit. Got that big root. I don't think it really got all the bindweed though, because if I dig right here, the way bindweed grows, it kind of goes everywhere. So it's not really a fair weed to try this on. We're trying another piece of bindweed. Let's see. It got a lot, but I bet if we dug down, those roots probably go way in there. Let's go see the chickens and find some weeds in their yard because they have a ton. So this seems to be good on things with like a single taproot, not necessarily like bindweed. Say hi to the chickens. Hi, ladies. So you can see we have a ton of weeds in here. Let's try this little weed right here. Okay, I'm going to put it right at the base and yank back. Did pretty good on that one. This is white top weed that we're trying right here. Oh, I might have not been on it. And it's mixed in with grass too. Let's see how it did. I'd say that did pretty good on white top. We have a ton of white top here too. You always inherit weeds with a new house or even at your own house. If you've lived there for a long time, they show up. See a good weed over here to try it on? Looks like whatever this weed is, mustard, I think. The chickens kind of liked eating it. They ate all the leaves, but we don't really want it. to be growing. That did pretty good. Oh, I untwisted that handle again, so that's kind of my own user error. Yeah, I notice when I'm pulling them out, I'm twisting this to the side. That's just kind of a habit I would need to break using this more. So this is our big chili field that we literally just planted today. Over there we have tomatoes, about 230 of them that we planted yesterday. So we've been pretty busy around here. Now, this is the hoop hoe that I was talking about. This is really good for in the rows and weeding all of that. Out in the garden space, I don't foresee personally using this, but in all of the grounds surrounding the gardens, I think this might be kind of a handy tool to have to get those things with deep tap roots. So, pretty nice. I like the design of it. What I don't love about it is that it's made out of all this plastic. Like this is plastic right here. This is plastic. This is plastic. I wonder just how long it'll last. I've seen some other forms of this tool where it's a wooden stick and all this part is some heavy duty metal. This is also plastic, this part right here that folds down. So I just foresee stomping on that a little too hard and it might break. But of course I can't speak to that because I haven't used it for a long period of time. So that's just my insight on holding it in my hand and seeing it in real life. And yeah, so if anybody's interested in purchasing this, I do have a discount code that will be in the description of this video. As you can see, it pulled out some of those weeds and did an amazing job. Things with the taproot, this is definitely the way to go. So, Deerfamy, thank you for sending this to us. We will be putting it to use on the farm. And those are my honest opinions on using it first time. If you're interested in more review videos on our channel, please consider liking and subscribing. We also do a bunch of stuff where we are just out in the garden and talking to you all about that. So thanks so much for watching.